In this video, we're going to look at rational expressions. A rational expression is the quotient of two polynomials. So, for example, you have f of x over g of x. Often they're written as a fraction or a ratio. So some examples would be like x minus 2 over 4, x over x squared minus 1, and so on. Now, one of the things we need to remember or figure out is the domain of a rational expression. The key thing is the denominator cannot equal 0. So if we have a rational expression like x over x squared minus 1, we would say the domain is all real numbers except x cannot equal whatever values make this equal to 0, the x squared minus 1. So that would leave us with plus or minus 1. Now, if you have a polynomial function that looks something a little bit more complicated like this, and we need to define the domain, or another way to state that is what are the excluded values from the domain, we would want to write that so easiest to factor it. So the excluded values, x could not be negative 6 or 3. Simplifying rational expressions. This is key to what we are doing, and it's important. And we need to make sure we understand the process. So here is a key important note that I would say. You cannot simplify unless everything is factored completely. For example, if I have x squared over x squared plus 7x, I cannot say, oh, I have an x squared here and an x squared here. That's not how it works. You need to factor it completely. So I'd have x squared over x times x plus 7. Then I can say, oh, we're going to take one of these x's and simplify it with this x. And that will leave us with x over x plus 7. So it's factored completely if you have a product of factors. So here the product of factors was x and x plus 7. So again, right here, I cannot cancel those x's because it's not a product of factors. Let's look at another one. Let's say x cubed plus x squared over x plus 1. To factor this completely on top, we're going to plot an x squared. Now, do I have this written as a product of factors? Yes, as long as I count x plus 1 as my factor on the bottom. So the x plus 1 simplify, and that leaves me with x squared. Now, when you cross out these, or when you simplify, you always have to write the excluded values from the original. So you still need to state x cannot equal negative 1, because at the very beginning, x cannot equal negative 1, I apologize. Because at the very beginning, that made the function undefined, and so even though we simplify, it still is undefined. Up at the top, the excluded values would be 0 and negative 7. 0 from here, negative 7 from there. So now we're going to multiply rational expressions. So let's take x minus 7 over x minus 1 times x squared minus 1 over 3x minus 21. So really what's happening is we're just going to multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. Now we could multiply these out and get polynomials, and then we could factor it out to see if anything simplifies, but we are already partly factored here. So what we really want to do is let's just finish factoring each of these factors. X minus 7 is already completely factored. X squared minus 1, though, this is the difference of perfect squares, so this would be x plus 1 and x minus 1. And on the bottom, I have a 3x minus 21. So if I pull that 3 out, that will be left with x minus 7. So now I see that the x minus 7's simplify, x minus 1 simplify. So my simplified rational expression is x plus 1 over 3. And I need to state what x cannot equal. And looking here, x cannot equal 1 or 7. So now dividing rational expressions, let's take x squared minus 2x minus 8 over x squared minus 9. And we're going to divide that by x minus 4 over x plus 3. Now this is just dividing by fractions, so really we multiply by the reciprocal. So x squared minus 2x minus 8 times, we'll just write that as parentheses, x plus 3, and x squared minus 9 times x minus 4. So we're invert and multiply by the reciprocal. So again, instead of multiplying these out, I'm going to finish factoring them out. This will give me x minus 4x plus 2. That comes from here. And then I have my x plus 3. And then on the bottom, I have x plus 3, x minus 3, and x minus 4. So the x plus 3, x minus 3 come from the x squared minus 9. Now we check and see what simplifies. I have an x plus 3. Because again, all of these factors are now multiplied, so I can cross out entire factors that are on the top and the bottom. That leaves me with x plus 2 over x minus 3. We'll state our excluded values. X cannot equal plus or minus 3 or 4. In this part, we're going to talk about adding rational expressions. And we're going to start with ones that already have the same denominator, because rational expressions are fractions. And so when we add fractions, just like we learned in elementary school, we have to have a common denominator. Let's rewrite this. This is supposed to be a subtract x squared minus 9. So all we do is we go, okay, 5x plus 1 minus 4x minus 2. We need to subtract that whole numerator, and the denominator stays the same. So the denominators need to be the same, and they stay the same. So 5x subtract 4x is x. 1 minus a negative 2 plus 3. So now we've added. We need to check to see if that simplifies. So x plus 3 over x plus 3, x minus 3, and our x plus 3's cancel because that's the entire factor. 1 is left on top. X minus 3, and we'll state our excluded values can be x cannot be plus or minus 3. And that gives you a good review of the introduction to rational expressions. Thank you for watching.